All right, guys. So we are here in the lobby in this beautiful location, and I'm here with the founder of Light Camp, Erica Ford. How you doing today?
Everything is great. We out here at this beautiful golf course with beautiful people for a beautiful event for a beautiful organization.
That's right. That's right. And you're the beautiful person that put this all together. Let's just kill the beautiful word right now because it is a beautiful thing. Now, Life Camp, love the name, and I believe it stands for Love Ignites Freedom Through Education.
It is. All
Right?
right.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I was practicing that for the last 3 days. I don't know if for some reason,
I'm ready to host tonight.
yeah, my GED didn't allow me to say education. I had to practice that word like 40 times. So just got to let you know. But this, as we're talking about, this is such an incredible event. I know it's your first time doing it. It's your first annual Par4Peace. And you have a lot of celebrities out here right now showing just cause. You got Alan Houston, John Starks, Herb Williams, Carl Banks, Leon. I saw Leon out there playing tennis. Leon's like, listen, I support Erica. I don't be playing no golf. But
Definitely found it. Look,
oh, that's what. Look, he's like right in the background, seeing all this interview. Wait, let me say one more name, Holly Berry. All right, she ain't appearing. All right, so let's move on. So you started this organization almost what 20 years ago. This is your anniversary, and the cause it is to pretty much bring awareness to everybody around the world about gun violence, especially here in New York City. You may have said this before, but tell my viewers, how did you actually get into this? Because this is a serious topic to take on.
yeah. So it started December 12th, 1987. I attended a rally in Goshen County, New York, up on Newburgh, and just being there, listening to all of the speakers from Farrakhan to Jesse Jackson, Sonny Carson, Martin Luther King Jr., Sharpton, Viola Plummer, who was a fierce leader. She was like the Harriet Tubman of today to me. And it's like how people say they got woke or they got saved at church. My life changed that day and I never looked back. And then growing up in Queens, a lot of my friends was killed in a crack epidemic and or went to jail for 20, 30 years. And so I saw the impact of that on the community, on their family, on their kids, and I wanted to do something to break that cycle and help those kids heal. And so we started, actually first started the Black Consciousness Movement, then went to the Code Foundation with Tupac Shakur, and then ended up doing Life Camp alongside Ja Rule, and it's 20 years later, we're still here, worked with a host of celebrities, and that's why, like Angie Martinez participated in our first bowling event, and she won it. And she's still here 20 years later, supporting the organization and working together. That's what it's all about, community.
Yeah, I mean, people, especially celebrities, love when they actually see people really doing something for the right reasons. And that's what you're doing. Now, you must have obtained so many obstacles doing this because gun violence is one of those topics that make people uncomfortable. They don't want to talk about it, but they also don't want to recognize it. Now, I do know the hardest thing to do when I was growing up is when people taught me something, I chose whether I wanted to listen or not. Because when we're kids, our parents didn't know anything. Our parents are smart when we turned 40. How do you, it's the truth, it's the truth. How do you overcome teaching these kids of all generations, all cultures, that gun violence is a problem, and how are you educating them on gun down, life up, as there is life up, because there is a movement as that. How do you depict that?
Let's give a shout out to James Dobbins, Guns Down Life Up. Started working with us at Life Camp actually, and then grew to be his own greatness over there at Lincoln Hospital. And that's what it is, right? It's a public health issue. It's a disease. And so we teach folks how to transfer their pain, how to help them heal, how to pick up different tools as opposed to a gun or a knife or a stick and cause bodily harm to themselves or somebody else, right? It's about healing. It's about not taking a step that's going to cause you 20, 30, 40 years of pain for one split second decision. And so doing that work and doing it in a fun way, right? With our I Love My Life tours and going It's showing people how to put paint on beads, or how to pick up a yoga mat and put down their guns, or how to pick up a camera and shoot videos and documentaries as opposed to shooting people, is what we do, because we believe that if you give people the opportunity to really see the world, experience the world, and be the world, then they will make different decisions, and that's how we see helping them. It's not necessarily like gun violence, gun violence, gun violence, because we want to speak life into young people, and so we actually focus on peace as opposed to the violence that.
And I love that you say that you focus on peace, because sometimes when people create a movement or anything, they focus on the violent end instead of focusing on how do we make this not violent anymore. There are movements out there that are totally about violence, and they don't get anywhere because it's just like, for example, if you're treated a certain way, you were raised to be treated the way you should be treated. But if you react and treat somebody the way you normally don't, there's never going to be an endo to a conversation that's not going to go anywhere instead of coming up with a solution. And that's what I think you plan. And you're obviously doing an amazing job, because you are really responsible for 10% of gun violence not happening anymore here in New York. So kudos to you. I would love to see more of the mayor's offices really taking control and working with you more.
17%, not to cut you off, but I gotta take
that. What was that? So 17.2, just to be exact.
And in our target area, it was 83% responsible for the gun violence going down. And so, because what it shows is it works, right? And if it works, and like you were getting ready to say before I cut you off, I apologize, is that if the city invests more, and invest is not just dollars, right? Invest is research. It's research and resources. It's bringing the city agencies together in a stronger way. It's making us known to people so that when they see a problem with their children, they know who to call. When they see a situation happening in the community, they know who to call, as opposed to just being able to call 911. And the same way the police have a fleet of vehicles and artillery, not artillery, but technology, and so we need the same thing, right? And we need it for peace, right? And we got to fund peace, we got to invest in peace, we got to talk peace, we got to live peace, we got to walk peace, and that's really what we have to look to expanding, right? Because the police are an entity in our community that their job really is to come after a situation, arrest the person responsible, put them in jail, right? That's afterwards, right? And so we need to help prevent things from happening so that we don't have to put young people in jail or take them to the graveyard because they fell victim to that violence, And so we want to change what's going on, and we believe we have the power to do it.
I think you do too, and I like how you said the thing about peace. Instead of people picking up a piece, PIE, they should understand that it's time for you to take a piece of cake, PEACE, Now tell me about this event tonight. We have the golf tournament for charity, a lot of celebrities, but now you have an award ceremony tonight. Tell me about the awards that are being presented and how is this going to benefit the communities and all the people that are coming out for it.
Yes. And everything today is wrapped around the golf tournament. So the winners of the golf tournament, they have different categories of winning, and they're going to get presented this evening. We'll have some surprise people who are here who we're going to push to perform. And
I guess I'll have to.
Yes. And there's some other people alongside of you that are here that are talented. Jeff Red is here. Bobby Schmurda is going to be here. And we got the foursome, no, you hear me, the foursome Ds. We have the Sugar Hill Gang, Melly Mel.
Yeah, I got you.
Melly Mel. and a whole lot of others.
You have a lot of great performers. If I have to perform, I've been known to do a little Humpty dance by digging on around. I'm just letting you guys know. But thank you for having me and my team here. We're really loving this event. I think what you're doing is phenomenal. If there's ever a presidential award that should be awarded to somebody, I think you're one of them. And hopefully Biden will see this one day and do something right by you. But we look forward to being at this event tonight. Congratulations on your first annual, but congratulations on bringing out the awareness of gun violence because at the end of the day, this whole entire event has become a hole in one, and we appreciate you for that. All right?
Par4Peace.
That's right. Par4Peace. Guys, we're here with Erica Ford, Life Camp on FaceTime with Todd Warden, and it is a hole in one right here at the North Towers Country Club in Florida Park.